Let's talk about some League of Legends. So let us start, Thorin, with Viper's very good week in the LCK. Holy shit, this guy is popping off right now. Unquestionably the MVP of last week in Korea. Hanwha Life, are they the best team? No. Are they the second best team? Maybe.
Also no.
Probably not, though. Also no. Is it fun?
It's
to
always
watch
the
Viper?
tease, though. Like let's be real. That the whole point of the Hanwha thing is. It's why it's perfect. They have Zika, mate. It's like they always what you say in English, like flatter to deceive. They always make you think they're about to become the real second best team, and then they just throw it in your face at the last minute.
But it is fun to watch. It is objectively fun, guys, to watch Hanwha Life play League of Legends when, you know, they're beating T1. Well, maybe not for some of you who are T1 fans. When Viper is popping off on Ezreal and Kai'Sa, like he did this past week, like incredible mechanics,
I mean,
incredible Ezreal
the
play.
champion pool for this player. If you know how trapped he is, these are the champions you can do something on, mate. You can actually 1v9 with these. I love it.
Show his mechanics, show his positioning, show his aggression by going into the right time. Yeah, it is really fun. So if you guys missed, especially Hanwha Life versus T1, it was sloppy, but still a banger match. It was very entertaining.
And the rematch is this week, so roll on. Imagine if they lose 2 in a row. Ooh, that's going to be a spicy one, boys. T1 better get that one, because that EWC's faded into the distance, boys. You've got to get this Hanwha. If you get beat back-to-back on Hanwha Life, tell you what, those playoffs are going to be lit, mate. They will be lit.
I hope so, although I think the meta is going to be really quite different by the time playoffs roll around. Unfortunately for Hanwha Life, but for now, I mean, they are rolling. The T1 match, really exciting. There were a lot of throws, guys. There were a lot of throws, but if you are a Peanut Poppy enjoyer, and I am the peak Peanut Poppy enjoyer, you will love this. He has some great pathing, does a lot to get Rumble ahead, Thorin ahead on Rumble in the top side. There are throws because Hanwha Life doesn't understand who has teleport up and who doesn't have teleport up, or indeed in the game they played with Thorin, who had Ignite on Rumble, if their top laner even has teleport, because they're taking fights where you would think, oh, our top laner has teleport, that's why you're taking this fight, because he's the one who's 3,000 gold ahead. No, they're just taking a stupid fight at Drake so they can lose that, and then maybe throw the game in the end. It was very down to the wire, guys. This series has some absolutely insane Baron coin flips where like both junglers are smiting simultaneously at like 1250 HP on Baron, on Drake's. Like, it happens multiple times. Peanut for some reason always wins the like pure 50-50 smite war. And Hanwha was able to steal the Baron and then come back in that game. After being massively ahead, then throwing, and then getting a Baron steal to win in game number 1. Otherwise, it could have been a 2-0 for T1. But each of these matches is really close. And if you haven't seen this match, definitely do it. If you love Viper hard carrying and showing off insane ADC mechanics, this series, and also, the series they played against FearX. Not a good team, but it is fun to watch Viper style on people. And they're both sub 30-minute games in that one, so you can check that out as well.
And I just think it's cool because, let's face it, like the weirdest thing, if you think about the LCK in all of history, is famously Korean teams just don't tend to emphasize like hyper carry, mega 1v9 ADC players. That's just not the style of how teams are built. So I just think it's dope that you have one, and he's on a team that's like almost good enough to let him win all the games. So the cool thing is, much like when people like Flame was on Blaze as a top laner, like essentially the guy that you want to carry has to carry to win the game. So it's actually kind of like a cool little challenge, because I think it's actually dope that even though you'll never get your credit, because we all know how the all LCK voting works, Monty, and the problem is, spoiler, that will just be between peers and whoever comes second or whatever. Like they just tend to vote the number 1 team. Like, I actually think right now you could make a very strong case Viper's just been like the best ADC for what fucking years at this point in time, mate. Like, his body of work is phenomenal at this point.
Yeah.
And he has to carry, so it's even cooler. Like, in a way, like, here's the funny thing. One thing people might not realize is, like, for example, when I talk about like Aaron Rodgers, I only complain about him not having help, Monty, in the sense that he didn't win rings. That's if you're having a ring discussion. In a fucked up way, I actually like that he didn't have help mix. It's how I knew he was cracked out. Like, he was thrown to people that will never even be remembered in 20 years. And he was like getting like the fucking most insane touchdowns. I'm like, in a way, that's actually mega compelling to watch, because you know your guy has to ball out to win the game. So, like, even though I feel sad for Viper's trophy cabinet. I do enjoy watching him have to like fucking just fight his way out of the Bane pit every fucking game. It's kind of compelling. It's pretty cool.
I mean, he's
And he's got
already
the
a world
skills to do
champion.
it. No, but the problem is, though, he could have so much more, couldn't he? Like,
Sure.
you think about what people like Ruler have done.
I'm
This
just
guy
saying,
could,
it's not,
this
it's
guy
not
could
like
have so
a
many
Dan Marino
championships.
situation where he never won
Sure.
like the ultimate tournament. So it's not that bad as far as things go. But yes, I do agree that relative to his skill level, his trophy cabinet might be a bit sparse. But it is really fun to watch him on this roster. The problem is like, you know, we've seen the ceiling of Zeka at 2022 Worlds, but he's never been close to that point ever again. And, you know, on average, he may have gotten better, but he's never actually like peaked that hard at any other point in time. And the rest of his team is just so consistent. Like when Peanut has a great game, he's probably like the best pathing jungler in the world, and he's an absolute delight to watch.
This is why I hate this team, though. Why, bro? Think about the league, right? Elsewhere in the league, why can't we just have like BDD or Showmaker play on this team? Like, wouldn't that team just be cracked at that point? Like, that would be like a real fucking world class third team or whatever. Like, Korea would be so
Why can't
dope.
Scout be on this team?
There's another one. Yeah, why not?
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.